Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to L Dubs Boxing. We're gonna be pre-gaming today. Talk about the fight week, January the 6th through the 7th. You know what I'm saying? We got two cards I'm gonna touch on, but we're gonna break it down and maybe do some predictions and all that good stuff. Before I do that, I want to salute everybody coming to the building. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't. If you listen to the playback, feel free to drop a comment in the comment section, ask any questions. It's all good. You can follow me on my social media, scrolling across the bottom. Twitter at OverJ, Instagram L Does Boxing. That's how we doing. All right, let me see who in the building. JC in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. What's good? Yabe in the building. What's good? Chris M. Salute, salute. Scott Nicholson is rated. Uh, I think she's number 6 in the WBA and number 4 in the IBF. Cecilia Brækhus has not been ranked, so not in welterweight or 154, which should be coming. And Nally in the building, salute to you. Good afternoon. What's good with you? So we're gonna touch on this fight week. You know what I'm saying? We got a couple of title fights coming up, and we got this one card in Japan I want to touch on. And this is a WBO World Title fight at 115 pounds. These are the fighters' names. Taniguchi versus Jerusalem. This is a good fight, though. Taniguchi is the world champion. Y'all got to look him up on BoxRec or YouTube if you haven't, if you're not familiar. But Jerusalem, Taniguchi can fight. He's a southpaw, good puncher. I think he got 11 knockouts. You know what I'm saying? 16 wins. He defeated the champion Mendez not too long ago, and he's an aggressive type of guy. Jerusalem is from the Philippines. Good boxer as well, you know what I'm saying? Decent knockout ratio, technically sound. So it should be a pretty good fight. This fight is January the 6th in Japan, you know what I'm saying? This is one of two title fights. And the winners can probably fight for unification. So this is a good one. Y'all stay tuned for that. Hopefully we'll have some links out for this one. On that undercard, we have this fight right here. Daniel Valderas versus Genjiro Shigaoka. You know what I'm saying? Genjiro is a Japanese fighter, southpaw, kind of short and stocky. They kind of comparing him to Inoue. They're trying to build him up as the next Naoya Inoue. You know what I'm saying? But he's strong, though. He only got 8 fights, so they pushing him, 23 years old. Valderas is like a veteran Mexican fighter. You know what I'm saying? Real durable, never been stopped. I think he got a couple of losses. But he's a durable guy. He won the world title in his last fight versus Rene Cuarto from the Philippines. And he can fight though. He's one of those guys like he ain't laying down. Like if my man is built up to like they say he is, the next anyway, he gonna have to put in some work because Valderas is coming to fight. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, the winners of these two title fights, the WBO title fight and the IBF, maybe they can unify later on in the year. So that's what's up. We start off the year with 2 title fights, man. I'm always with that. That's what it is. All right, let me see. Opulent LD in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you, man. Salute. Yeah. I answered your question earlier. I don't know if you was in here, but Scott Nicholson is number 2. Where are they fighting on? I'm not sure. You might can catch it on ESPN Knockout. You know what I'm saying? ESPN Knockout. So we'll see if we can have some links available for that, for sure. All right, so to the biggest one of the weekend, and it's kicking off 2023 real nice. We got the pay-per-view card on Showtime. Gervonta Tank Davis versus Hector Luis Garcia, 135 pounds. We're going to touch on that fight, but let's get on to the undercard. So they should have some fights on the Showtime YouTube channel. And if they do, they definitely going to show Vito Mielnicki, just to relate to the Polish crowd. He normally get a lot of airtime, you know what I'm saying, when he fights on different shows. So he's on the card. You should definitely be seeing him on that Showtime. And maybe they'll show another fight. I know Lamont Pearson is fighting on the card. They got some prospects, Trevon Marshall, you know what I'm saying? So maybe we'll see those guys on that portion. Brandon Lee is on the card as well. So maybe he'll fit that Facebook or YouTube channel card, you know what I'm saying, before the pay-per-view. So we'll see. Did Mielnicki fight his last year? Yeah, he did. Yeah. I think he fought on Wilder undercard. Go check his box rec. White Magic. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, he fought. I think he fought twice last year. Now to the pay per view card. So gonna open up the show. You got Demetrius Andre versus Damon Nicholson. This at 168 pounds. This is a good fight for Demetrius Andre. Um, he said last I remember December. Now go check his box rate. He fought in October. Um, so Andre versus Nicholson, I feel like it's a good fight. You know what I'm saying? Demetrius Andre moving up to 168. You know, he gonna campaign there. And Damon Nicholson is like a fringe contender, but he's a tough guy. You know what I'm saying? He's been in the ring with some good opponents and stuff like that. Came up short. But Damon Nicholson has a nice ranking in the WBA. He's number 7. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good fight, man. And I want to see how Andre look. He's been out the ring for a long time, 2 division world champion. Um, I like Demetrius Andre. I like how he fight. He really aggressive as a southpaw. You know what I'm saying? He normally starts off fast and then he'll kind of like coast the rest of the fight. I can see him doing that. You know what I'm saying? He's a veteran in the game. You know what I'm saying? Got a lot of experience. I see he start off fast. Like I can see him dropping Damon Nicholson early in fights. Demond Nicholson ain't the biggest 168 pounder as well, so you may see actually Andre as the bigger guy fight night, but we'll see. So I see a typical type of fight for Andre, starting off fast, maybe score a couple of knockdowns, and we'll see if we can get Demond Nicholson up out of there. But I'm guessing he gonna go a good solid 10 rounds after getting us an early start. So we'll see. So I'm picking a distance fight for Demetrius Andre, unanimous decision for him. And then this will open up a big 2023 for him because he can get the winner between Benavidez and Plant, David Morrell, you know what I'm saying, who's turned out to be a real good fighter at 168. Yeah, it's a lot of options open up for him. You think Nicholson can take Andrew? I think he probably could. You know, he got a lot of pride. He fighting at home. He ain't gonna just let nobody just come in there and just walk through him at home. So I say yeah. Um, all right, next fight. Now, this is a good fight for me, and it makes sense for this card too. You got Rashidi Ellis versus Ramon Villa. Both guys are top 10 in the IBF rankings at 147. So that's a segue for the next fight. But this is a good fight, man. Style matchup. Because Ramon Villa is a big puncher. He coming to get you. You know what I'm saying, on the front foot, and then you got Rashidi Ellis is a fast feet, fast hands type of boxer, good counter puncher. He's solid. You know what I'm saying? I like what he brings to the table. And I think he can be able to walk Villa into some shots. But he definitely have to be careful, make sure his defense is on point because Villa can punch. If y'all seen Villa his last fight on Showbox, he fought Boca Chica and he dropped him and he had him hurt and stuff like that. So me looking at the dynamic of this, it looked like the winner of this would probably get the winner between Boots and Karen. So we'll see. But if you look at it, both guys got top 10 rankings, and they didn't really do much who they fought. You know what I'm saying? It kind of came out the blue, too. Rashidi Ellis in his last fight, he fought at 154. He didn't even make 47. And he got number 8 ranking. And then Villa, he beat a prospect. You know what I'm saying? Got number 9. So that just lets you know. And it also give Boots, it would keep him busy if they're trying to build him. So, but this is a good fight, though. You know what I'm saying? I think Rashidi Ellis wins the decision. It may be some tough spots in this fight because the kid is aggressive. He got consistent pressure. But if it's the basic pressure, I think Rashidi Ellis outboxing him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if that fight happened. I mean, it makes sense, but I'm not sure if it happened. If we go off the rankings, I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything. All right. Now we come to the co-main event: Jerron Bruce Ennis versus Karen Shazadian. I mess up his name every time, but we know what it is. This is the IBF interim title fight for Jerron Bruce Ennis. It's something that just to keep him occupied in the rankings because he ain't gonna fight Spencer, the top guy, Spencer Bud right now. So this right here is just give him an opportunity just to hold the interim title and make sure that he's next or maybe down the line this year. But as far as this matchup though, Corinne is a decent boxer. You know what I'm saying? If I was rating him, he'd probably be like a top 25 welterweight, to be honest. He don't got nothing to keep Boots up off of him, and he gonna have a real problem because Boots don't have fill out rounds. He gets straight to it. You know what I'm saying? If Corinne ain't punching, ain't trying to set nothing up, he gonna get overwhelmed. He gonna get overwhelmed with the activity and just the pure talent of Jerron Boots Ennis, the speed, the power, everything that comes with it. He can fight on both sides of the plate. There's really nothing that Corinne can do. Like real talk, there's nothing that he can do in this fight. Trill Hill in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. So it's pretty much a one-sided fight. Like real talk, this if you look at the pay-per-view, it's a lot of good names, but the matchups ain't really 50-50. In my opinion, all of them is kind of lopsided, in my opinion. But we'll talk about Tank and Hector Luis Garcia. So I see Boots getting up out there about one or two rounds. I'm just gonna be honest. I think the most intriguing part about this fight right here, easy win for Boots. Yeah, I think so too. The most intriguing part about this is who he gonna call out or how he gonna call out. Like either if he call out Spence or if he call out Bud, how he gonna do it? You know what I'm saying? He gonna jump on the top rope and do it. He gonna go crazy in the post fight. He gonna keep it calm and whatever. I don't know. That's the most intriguing part. Maybe the ring walks and what Boots gonna be wearing. You know, Boots be, you know what I'm saying? He be kind of fitted in during his fights. That's about it. And it's gonna be a good look for him because Philly to DC is like right there. You know what I'm saying? Like 2 hours away. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how you driving. So he should have a lot of fans out there for him. So that's what it is, man. And I just expect for Boots to get the winner between Ellis and Villa. It just makes sense to me. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see how all this politics stuff works. So I got Boots. I got him in two. Would Boots take the Ellis fight? I mean, I think he would. I mean, if you like I said, if you look at how the rankings is going, you got Ellis number 8, Villa number 9 in the IBF. You know what I'm saying? Boots about to be an interim champion. Boots can defend that interim title up to a year. You know what I'm saying? Based off their rules. I know they said that Boots, they're gonna try to order Boots versus Spence after Spence fight 120 days after Spence fight, not after Boots fight. So Spence can fight April, May, or June, and then they'll probably order that. That's 3 months. So so in the meantime, he waiting for Spence. I see the Ellis fight makes sense, especially if he fighting in January. They're on the same schedule. They both come off clean. They should fight in the middle of the year, in my opinion. But we'll see. All right, to the main event, Gervonta Tank Davis versus Hector Luis Garcia. I mean, I like this matchup, though. I think it makes for a fun fight because Hector Luis Garcia throw a lot of punches, and he got some defensive flaws. And you already know what time it is if you got defensive flaws with Tank Davis, who is considered one of the best punchers in the sport of boxing. I'm not sure, bro. I'm not sure when they're dropping it. They kind of hush-hush with it, but if you know somebody that in PBC that's gonna drop it, let me know, cause I've been working on that and I ain't heard nothing. I know February the 11th and February the 25th are the two. No, February 11th, February 25th, and March 18th. Those are three that I know of. Other than that, I don't know. But if you can help me out though, you know what I'm saying, I'll take that shit for sure, cause I be working. But as far as the styles, I like it. Two southpaws, you know what I'm saying, aggressive guys. Both can box. You know, both can box on the back foot. Both can come forward. Head Luis Garcia got a higher work rate than Tank Davis. Tank is a little bit more economical with his shit, and it's explosive when he landed. So that's gonna be a good little style right there. How they gonna mesh with that? Could Head Luis Garcia outwork Tank? He could. But the thing is, he got to be wary of those counter punches. You know, when Tank counter punches, he puts you up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Benavidez versus Plant. And then February 25th should be Fundora. Stay tuned. So he have to be cautious with his with his volume. You know what I'm saying? If he throwing, let's say Hector Luis Garcia throwing 80 punches around, he ain't gonna be able to throw that against Tank. It might get cut down about 30, 35. You know what I'm saying? But he could outwork Tank in spots. So when Tank is trying to survey the landscape and get himself into the fight. I see this fight being real good. Kind of competitive. But I think Tank's power, like at this stage, his power is so crazy. It takes over. Now he can box and do a lot of other things, but what separates him from all these other guys is his power. He got elite power. You know what I'm saying? So I seen Garcia get clipped with a right hook versus a featherweight. You know what I'm saying? A southpaw at that. So imagine Tank landing those shots, and he can land those shots because Garcia keeps his guard down low. You know what I'm saying? If you watching the fight, have you heard anything about Tim's replacement opponent? It's gonna be either Batrim Matazaliev, the IBF mandatory, or Tony Harrison. One of those two. But Matazaliev is the front runner, and they might do it for both IBF, consolidate the WBO and IBF spots. Do you consider Frank Martin prospect of 2022, or he already a contender? I think he is a contender. He's a contender. Um, so I see that as a tough dynamic because is Hector Luis Garcia gonna box cautious on the outside and make it one of those type of fights where he can win some rounds like that because due to Tank's he got low volume. But when those guys start to exchange and they're going to exchange, I have to say Tank may be quicker to the point and he can hurt them. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. I like Tank stopping Hector Luis Garcia in like 6 and 7. It may be a little earlier. We'll see how much Tank, if Tank coming to the ring with the emotional situation. We all know what he's been through this past week. That does play a role into it, but I think that kind of fueled him even more because he's a killer. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no boxer like boxing around the ring and wanna, he wanna hurt some shit. So that may be he may have to bump those rounds up to about 3 or 4. But I think he's stopping Hector Luis Garcia, and I don't think it ain't the point that Hector Luis Garcia moving up from 30 to 35 because he actually gonna be the bigger man of the night on the night. Y'all gonna see in the ring. He's a big guy. He about 5'10" for real. So I don't think that's the issue. I think the issue is him actually his defense, like the way he keep his hands kind of low and stuff like that when he punching, and if he can protect himself from the return fire of Tank Davis. But I think it's a good matchup though. It should be fun. I think those guys gonna get busy with it, and I like Tank. I'm gonna say Tank. I'm gonna say Tank in 7. I'm gonna say Tank in 7. So that's what it is. So that's a good fight though. Start of the year. Garcia keeps his hands low. That's what I'm saying for sure. Wins the W. I don't know. I have no idea. They're supposed to consolidate the stuff. I don't know. Tank is the regular champion. Haney is a super champion. They're supposed to consolidate. I'm not sure, bro. I'm not sure if they even gonna be next. It might be the IBF. I don't know. But yeah, so that's what it is, man. Just a quick recap. There's only two fight cards this week, really. Yes, the personal problems may play a role in this fight. Yeah, I'm thinking that too. So let's see how he did with the media this week. They got the workout tomorrow. I think they got a press conference on. I forgot the press conference. No, I think the workout is on the 4th. The press conference is on the 5th. So let's see how he did with the media. That gotta come up though. Like I don't care, but like that gotta be addressed. Maybe briefly, but we'll see. Gustavo Lemon. Yeah, he should be up there for the mandatory spot. Yeah. Who on the Showtime card and who on the pay-per-view? Yes, sir. All right, quick recap. So you got on Tank Davis card, you have on the other card, you got a bunch of notable names, but I'm not sure if they're gonna make the Showtime YouTube telecast or whatever broadcast, the stream. But you got Brandon Lee is on the card. You got Vito Melnicki. You got the Pearson brothers, Anthony and Lamont. Mia Ellis, you got Trayvon Marshall, guys like that, and then the pay per view is gonna start off with Andre versus Nicholson. That's the first fight on the pay per view. Second fight, Rashid Ellis versus Vermont Villa, and then co-main you have Boots versus Corinne, and then of course the main event. That's what it is right there. Let's be real. If Tank KO 2 Garcia this year, Haney and Stevenson, what is that? Would not want to fight Tank. Now I can't be real about that. I can't be real about that. If he wins his fights and he gonna make and he in position to make those fights, Haney and Shakur gonna want to fight him this year. Nah, I disagree with that. Nah, I disagree. Yes, sir. Yeah, it's a solid card. It's cool. I like the names on it. I like how all the names are East Coast based. You know what I'm saying? Rashidi Ellis and Demetrius Andreas from New England. You know what I'm saying? Tank, Baltimore. Boots is from Philly. I like that. But now I disagree with this though. I think that would make them want. They gonna want to fight him even more. You know what I'm saying? They gonna want to fight him even more. They ain't gonna be running and scared of that shit because they already know Tank can punch. I don't think they running and scared for that. Then with the business and the politics open up for them to get those fights, then that should be the question. You know what I'm saying? Because Haney, we already know I don't even think he's the only way he gonna stay after Lomachenko if he can get the Tank fight. You know what I'm saying? And then around that time, Tank might be trying to do something else. Let's keep it honest. I don't think them worry about if he can punch. They already know he can punch. Though Haney got more fights. Yeah, I think he got one more. But they can still do a co-promotional deal. I highly doubt that. When I say Haney Shakur, I mean suits behind them. I mean, no, I don't say that because the suits behind them want that big fight with Tank Davis because they know he's a pay-per-view star. They'll be willing. They'll be willing to make that fight because it's a big pay-per-view. They don't have to pay everything. They can just pay their side. They can just pay their. That's how the whole pay-per-view work. You know what I'm saying? They will actually want that more. If you can put Tank Davis on ESPN, you know what I'm saying? A co promotional deal, that'd be crazy for them if they bring that to the table, and that'd be the only person that can do a top rank, and ESPN is probably the only one Showtime would be willing to do a co promotional deal with because the platform is so big. You know what I'm saying? So I disagree with that. They ain't no those suits won't that their suits would rather have Javante Tank Davis than anybody because the money they bring for them. Henry got one more fight with Tyra. I think he may have two, bro. Um, he said Haney and Tank is a super fight. Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I hope. Yeah, I got mine crossed too. Haney getting stopped by Davis. I favor Shakur to beat um, Davis in a close decision right now. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. But that's gonna be up to Tank though. You know what I'm saying? If Tank, so he the man in the division. Like no matter how many belts Haney have. So after Ryan Garcia, he can send contracts over there and have those guys come over there. But it's some shit you got to work through. Like for one, there's some shit they got to work through. But I think it would more so have to do with what Tank want to do. If Tank want to fight, I think it happens. One top rank and one Loma. Yeah, they would probably want that. But at the end of the day, when PBC would want Tank versus Frank Martin, you know what I'm saying? So it all benefits themselves to keep the fight in house. But if you want to send your best fighter across the street per se, you want to do it for the biggest fight. You know what I'm saying? What type of performance does Boo Boo have? A typical Boo Boo performance. A typical Boo Boo performance. Demetrius Andre start off fast, may score a couple of knockdowns, and once he realizes he ain't gonna be able to get the guy up out of there, he'll probably coast to a decision. Or if you stop him, it may be like a referee stoppage or something like that. But typical. I mean, he is where he is right now. If you watch his last couple of fights, so yeah, that's what it is, man. Make sure you guys tap in with these fight cards this weekend. Should be exciting though, especially the Tank fight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that might be the end of the year fight. You know what I'm saying? That might be that more realistic than the other two, but we'll see. But yeah, make sure you guys tap in, man. It should be a good week of boxing. Very exciting. You got a lot of explosive guys on one card. Tank and Boots on the same card. Like I don't know how much explosive you want to get for a card. You know what I'm saying? And then we got the Japanese card. There should be some links floating around for that. That's ESPN knockout, so should be available for everybody to tap into. Two world title fights. Henry gonna be a free agent after Loma and Stevenson. I don't know about all that, but I think he got two more. Loma and then one more. And we'll get him to fight the notable names in the future. Yeah, I want to see him fight all the top guys. So that's what it is. So salute to everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit the like button if you haven't. You know what I'm saying? You can follow me on my social media. Scrolling across the bottom one more time. Twitter @OverJ, Instagram @LDoesBoxing. That's my time, and I'm out.